All right, the final quarterfinal of Gajah Mada. I've almost done every single quarterfinal knockout game. Feels good, and once again, thanks to amazing co-casters also for joining me. And for this game, Zayaman versus Fingolfin, I have the awesome Lorhey. How are you doing? Hi.
Hello there. Doing quite good, doing quite good. I am definitely looking forward to see this best of three playing out.
Sweet. So we're both at 7 seconds. So after I'll count down from 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'll just tell you, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, now we should 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, Zayaman playing as the Turks from America, and Fingolfin as the Berbers from Britain. It's the first time we see them both players, so I don't know what to expect, but Gajah Mada, so they're 1500 elo. Brain goes blank. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
something then. Go on.
we can definitely see some approximation of meta, or at least I assume that you never know with some players. Some people are really good at going strategies that you just wouldn't see coming, and I think Turks already is quite an interesting pick for this map. At least I don't think I've seen them here yet.
No. That's what I was gonna say. I remember my tangent. We're on slopes. There we go. That's all it was.
On slopes, yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's quite often a first match. I think it's just, as you said before, it's one of those matches like the levels where it's just like, we don't mind playing it. Just maybe it'll be the last one.
It's a very, let's call it, neutral map. For players that are especially more comfortable with the Arabian meta, this is probably one of the go-to picks. Just looking at the maps that they picked as home maps, Cross and Arabia, they are definitely players that seem to like the standard of the game.
All right, that's good. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, best. So I'm sorry, I'm still muddled up from the semi-finals where there's like 7 million games to be played. So Zayaman's home map and Fingolfin. What was it? What's Zayaman's home map?
Simon has Cross as a home map and Fingolfin Arabia.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So just yeah, makes sense. Sweet.
So looking at those maps, I would kind of expect a heavy feudal play into still aggressive castle age play from both players, and not too much that deviates from the standard gameplay. But some players surprise with standard map picks. So maybe with Turks we see something like scouts into cavalry archers. So I think cavalry archers are also a very dominant unit for this map.
Rams and the Janissaries and a ram hopping in and hopping out. I've seen some stuff.
I think that was nerfed though, not too long ago. I think they added the attack delay to units that hop out of rams.
Okay, right. So when I'm watching games, I obviously put their nationalities up, and whenever I see somebody from Britain, I'm like, well, I'm going to support them because I'm also UK as well. So I'm secretly rooting here for Fingolfin. Okay. I try not to be biased, but it's just how it is. Problem is, UK is quite large. Well, it's not as small, but like in terms of like which country are they from? They could be Scottish, they could be English, they could be. Well, if they were Welsh, that'd be even epic because say I'm Welsh, so kind of wonder where Fingolfin is. But either way, it's British flag. That's what I care for. Let's go.
Okay.
Do you like when you see people like from Germany? Do you get like all hyped up as well? Like, let's go Germany.
I honestly say it depends if I know the person or not.
Okay.
Nice. There's kind of a split with the German community, with the Germans that interact a lot with the international community.
Yes.
And the Germans that are staying in pretty much the German-centric community.
Okay, that's interesting. I see. All right.
And since I'm here, I'm from the international community part.
Okay.
So, looking at how they play right now, Simon is using the map a little bit more. He ventured out to get the fish that get him much faster, is probably taking the deer afterwards. Those villages are vulnerable to rushes though, and we see both players are going up quite early, 18 bills each.
Yeah. What do the Berbers do? Because I've kind of like, my mind needs to just remember what they're so strong for.
So the Berbers, they have their faster villages. They are a very cavalry-centric civilization. They don't get, besides the little faster walking speed for villages, which is good for farms, not too much of a bonus in the early game, but once Castle Age hits, they are starting to get strong. You don't want to be even with a Berber player in Castle Age. They get much cheaper cavalry and have quite strong camels due to that, and knights, so they could really snowball the masses at that point of at that stage of the game.
Right. I was just watching I don't know if you've seen that in Fingolfin Space, and there was this like a scout, like a villager roamed too close to a scout and had to do some quick walls, but the quick walls didn't quite. Well, it got the job done in the end anyway. But like, yeah, it's just funny to watch.
Yeah. I mean, the scout isn't here to kill that villager.
No.
Any health that scout loses could be detrimental to any later fights. The scout is here to delay the stable, because that delays the production of units and can give you just a little heads up.
Yeah.
So both guys are kind of chasing each other, but one thing that happened earlier was Fingolfin was already running around the left-hand side and scouting the villagers on the fish. So those will very probably be the first target to be attacked.
Yeah, very good observation. As I say, how more scouts start coming massive.
Yeah. Zayaman even immediately sending the first spear he made up to that area, and that one will help a lot to deter the aggression. Scouts are coming in. Will they find any damage?
Oh, nice.
I need to pull back. Oh, nice hit. Yeah, indeed.
Oh, okay, well, GG.
What?
These players are serious, okay? Don't mess. No, I don't know.
I am. I mean, it can happen that you lose the scout.
You lose one scout. I guess some people just feel the game is over.
I know some people that have issues with units not behaving the way you want them to, and maybe that one scout being in the woodline really tilted Fingolfin.
Hi Tom, how's it going?
But I am at a loss of words right now. That was
Yes.
not a game-ending scout kill.
To be honest, it's been a all day today of me. Well, most of today, at least most of the games, are just randomly ended like that.
There's something else that happened, and I think it was an accidental delete. Fingolfin wanted to delete the palisades he made earlier at the stable, and he deleted the stable.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, because that was a.
Oh, okay. Now this makes a little bit more sense. I would say, still try your best. You have a few scouts on the map. You can harass the opponent long enough to get another military production building up, but that is a major mistake.
Also, it's kind of like still the first game. You still like play a bit long and just trying to get into your flow type thing instead of just going,
To my understanding, that's also something the Viper does with game ones a lot, that he just uses them to get warm for the rest of the series. And generally, that's something you should see. Especially, you get a feel for how the opponent plays the longer the game goes.
Yeah. But, well, we're 1-0 here in the best of 3. So whoever wins this is going to be in the semi-finals against Dominius. And rough start for Fingolfin, however, it's not over just yet. Unlike his stables. Sorry.
We've all accidentally deleted something we didn't want to.
Well, I haven't, because I've never played, so. All right. Well, I'm in game number 2 right now, so if you want to load that up and let me know what time you're on.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at recent replays and I'm confused which one is game 2.
Arabia.
So,
Should be on Arabia.
okay. But to take... Wait. Yeah, I am... loading in right now. Okay, I'm at 6 seconds.
Okay, let me just go to 6. Okay. I'm going to count down now, okay?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play. All right, here we go. Game number 2, and well, the good news about resigning really early like that is I got more chances of being able to cover every single game. But let's hope it doesn't end like this and game number 2 becomes, you know,
Yeah, I definitely want to see more action from the players, and something like that. It shouldn't happen. Sometimes stuff like that happens, and you kind of have to roll with it, especially in a tournament. Hang in there. Try out more.
and like you don't know if the other person's made a mistake, right? Neither. So maybe they've made a mistake too.
I mean, deleting your own stable is something that doesn't happen too often.
Well, who knows?
But it is a big mistake. It is not one that instantly loses you the game.
Yeah, it just sucks, but you know, it is what it is.
Especially having a little bit more time after that helps you to reset the mental from the delete, because I think if they immediately started this match, it's still lingering in your head. There's a lot of mental going into those sets. Even if it's just best of threes that don't have the exhausting part that best of fives have, there's still a lot going on there.
Yeah. We really, like, I'm on my 3rd semi-final game now, just in terms of coverage, and yeah, the last one was like really off the rails. It got to like game 3 or 4, and it just started like mistakes were just floating in at that point. So it was nice to kind of witness the fatigue in a way, but yeah.
Yeah.
So Mayans versus Hindustanis, who would you prefer in this term? So is it just going to be standard meta, meta Arabia?
Mayans versus Hindustani. Well, actually, I would prefer the Mayans here. They are generally a very strong civ. They start with 1 villager more in the beginning. They are even now, which is pretty much due to the fact that you have to start with Loom as them. So that one is already in for Fingerfin. It will even out once they click up that Fingerfin can add 1 more villager than their opponent and go up at the same time. But in general, Mayans, against Hindustani, I'm not talking from too much experience from the matchup, but Hindustani is something I like against cavalry-heavy civilizations, considering the strong camels that they have access to. They won't see any cavalry from the Mayans. They can't even convert a stable force Charlottles.
Yeah. We want a lot of warriors. When do we want them? Now. The Salmon says, if Hindustanis get to Gulam without falling behind in eco, it's completely over. So you see the big brain Salmon.
That's actually a decent argument. They have a win condition that's getting to the castle unit. Simply because we are having a fast, high PS armor infantry unit that we can throw into the fight, and I honestly don't know how difficult Bloom's Archer have to fight against them. Because Bloom's Archers still have bonus damage against infantry. But it would probably cancel out quite a lot due to the PS armor.
It's my dream to be able to see as a lot of warrior. But yeah, sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, there's a lot of warriors. They would be fun. In this game, you cannot see them. Mayans cannot make them.
Well, there we go.
They do lack the redemption upgrade in the monastery to be able to convert opponent stables.
Now I'm sad. Oh well. Maybe another day.
We are early on gold. I don't like the position of the mining camp too much.
Bit awkward.
A little bit, but I definitely would expect the standard play from the Mayans to go into archers. And what would be the play one would expect from the Hindustani here? Generally, I think something like scouts would be good, but maybe you could just meet the archers with a few skirmishes, play defensive, and go for a later stage of the game if really Gulam is your big win incentive here. Then you just want to survive to that point.
Wow, Salmon, there's no reason to say F you to me. No. So F you is fast. Is that fast unit? Fast unit.
FU is fully upgraded.
Wow, no, you're saying it to me. Wow. No, yeah, fully. Okay, fully upgraded. Okay. Fully upgraded Gulams.
It only does 3 damage to fully upgraded Gulams. Okay, yeah. Then Gulams definitely win there. The issue here still is we need to get to this point. It's castle units, and usually you don't really get away with just rushing down the castle and get those units out. There is a lot of play before that. And Simon has decided to build a range.
I'm just gonna say to addictive me, ELO. They're both 1500 ELO. That was the first thing addictive me was like, no, stop, you gotta say ELO. I was like, okay. I was thinking of the band, you know. But I was getting a little carried away. Say F you to you. Yep. Salmon says, I like opening range versus Mezzo. If you feel like you just need not to take damage.
I concur. Opening range versus Meso is a very, very nice play. They are not really going into Eagle Warriors in Feudal Age because they produce much, much slower until they hit Castle Age. And if you have a small mass of skirms, with decent micro, they can even harass down the odd eagle that the opponent adds.
Okay, we're all raising our glasses in agreement there. Actually, I just agree to anything anybody would tell me because, again, I don't have that knowledge.
So you usually play archers with the meso opening, so the skirmishers will be very, very good against that. Okay. We're playing 1 range archers and 1 barracks eagles, it seems. So we are trying to counter the idea of the opponent going for skirms because we've seen the eagle hovering around the blue range, so he knows there could be skirmishes on the map. I definitely like that addition, but damage needs to be dealt, and we are going forward. Blue actually lost their scout there. That should not have happened. Scouts have so much value if you can keep them alive and just track the opponent's army, and the scout is just faster than any of the units on foot that the Meso can provide here.
Come on, Finn, golf in. Sorry. I don't know if casters are allowed to be biased, but I'm just pretty much, I don't know, I'm just learning each day at a time.
Sometimes you just have to be biased.
Yes.
So why not? Just be a good sport if the person you're biased for is losing.
Oh, yes. And it, like, you know, I say if like Zayaman does something amazing, obviously I'm not gonna be like, whatever. No, it's just I say both have played well to get this far. Anyway, you know, quarterfinals. Oof. There's a lot of stage games. No matter what happens with either, they've done really well to get this far, and it's just unfortunate, you know. It's just nature of the beast. Someone has to lose.
Someone has to lose.
Indeed.
What we're looking at here, and I really thought that micro was a little bit questionable. They're moving the army so far away instead of going in. It's just giving Simon time to react, and Simon is picking up the Man-at-Arms upgrade. And Man-at-Arms have a lot of additional damage against Eagle Warriors. They just shred them, but as we can see, even a small crew of archers with fletching can shred Eagles in Feudal Age. They are not that strong of a unit. And Simon is really nicely holding on here.
The villager named Simon is dead. Oh no. Ma. Yeah. That's what I've noticed though from like Gajah Mada upwards is just the level of the, you know, because the elos just, I guess the elos like ramp up from like 1200 to 14, 15 is just another tall, like, you know. So I watch a lot of like 1900, so just seeing it go up to this level is like something else because like you really gotta be on top of your game to be at this elo, right?
Yeah, well, there are still a lot of issues players at this level have. I can say that with experience in this area. If we just look at the walls, I mean, Simon is nicely walling up the base, but that is also very costly in wood. It hurts the economy to go for such huge walls, generally.
Greedy,
especially
greedy
this
walls.
early. But they are holding up nicely. And right now he just wants to survive against a player who is pretty much the better archer option. Fingerfin on a timer here to really deal damage. Looking at resources, Simon has resources to click up. Fingerfin is getting kinda close to it. And Fingerfin is not finding any damage. He killed the army. That's nice, that's nice. But why are we retreating? Do we want to hold it open for reinforcements? There's no reinforcements coming. We want to find resources where we actually hurt the opponent. Right now, Simon's economy is buzzing, and
this is like buying time for Zayaman to like get more archers out right and just kind of fight this back too.
Shot it.
Now there are some more Eagle Scouts and archers coming in, but as you say, it's just kind of alright.
Coming in, yeah. The indecision, either you send them and hold it open until they're there, or you go into the opponent's eco much earlier. Now, yeah, Simon had the time to add a few skirmishes. They will nicely defend this. And Simon will be up to cast Age much earlier. Fingerfin was very close with the resources he had on hand, but apparently something was missing that he was able to click up later. It's not shown, but Castle Age is in the queue. I see all the resources dropped. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. And also these reinforcements of the wall got clear up again, so now they're walled out, and now gonna be, yep. Just seems to me like it's really solid play from Zayaman.
Yep, Simon is nicely holding up. And oh yeah, Simon was counting on the Gulam to win this, and the castle is already going down. Wow, I didn't even look at a stone count that closely to see how close he was to cutting this up already.
Yeah.
Must have gone to stone quite early with those villages. And yeah, now will be on the back foot. Walls are going down just now. Usually you make them a little bit earlier, then you don't need to send that many villages to try and get them up.
Shot it.
And in the back, okay, we are adding 2 barracks on Fingolfin's side, so Eagles is definitely the plan here. I don't really know how Eagles fare against Gulams themselves. Gulams usually are considered to be very close to Eagles.
Right.
And how the unit itself plays. It's a fast-running infantry unit that has high pierce armor. Like that's the major comparison of those 2 units.
Gulam is slightly faster than Eagles.
Gulam is slightly faster, okay.
110 for Eagle Scouts, sorry. And 115 for Gulam. 1.15.
Shot it.
Okay, oh my god, but they're already flooding onto the map. Well, the Eagles are just now getting the upgrade to Eagle Warrior, so it's 1.15 for the Eagle Warrior now.
Okay.
Now they're even again.
Yep. So now they're even speeds. Even Stevens.
Even Stevens. Exactly. But we have nothing to defend at home. Where are the units at home? In Fingolfin space. The Gulams are pretty much just poking the walls. And this gate will go up. I hope we locked it. There's always the fear if a defensive gate is being built that the villager just stands at the gate and it immediately opens for the opponent the moment it's finished.
Tabish. Shot it.
Okay, there we go. Gates up and
Nice aggression on either side. They are now engaging. And there was a huge issue with the micro. The Eagles were not really engaging anything at that point. Feudal skirmishes easily cleared up by the archers, but the Gulams did their work on the Eagles, using the hill advantage a little bit. Fingolfin is microing a lot, running into a tower now. This crossbows will sadly die, and he didn't deal any damage with them.
yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Tabish.
Very nice hold by Zayaman.
How you doing, by the way, Brandon? Good to see you today. Hope you're doing well. We have a little kind of brief pause here as they kind of like just... Holy cow, that is a lot of...
Gulams have bonus damage against Eagles.
That's a lot
Okay.
of... Yeah, got a lot of Gulams.
Yeah, it can sometimes be surprising. Just usually a unit out of the castle has the big issues of how fast they can be produced. And you just don't get the numbers onto the field. But some units just have such a fast production speed that it really works to pump them out of one single building. And Gulams seem to be one of those units. I mean, we're comparing one castle against 3 barracks, though the 3 barracks are not really pumping as much as they could.
Shot it.
So many Gulams.
Tabish.
12 seconds training time for Gulam. Yeah, that is very low.
By the way, for those who are just joining, I'm joined today with Lorhey, the legend Lorhey. There we go. Nope, look at this engagement. Just a lot of die. This feels much, yeah, this is much better.
But they are so dominant in this matchup. Yeah, the Eagles are gone. The Gulams are just still running around. There's 7 of them on the map. And only just now Fingolfin is adding another town center to get the economies a little bit stronger, as sending units out on the field didn't work up till now. But Zayaman has been faster with that. Already a few villages ahead, 3 town centers, and we need much less food economy for Zayaman to actually get his town centers to work. The villages are lowering in costs each age, because that's one of the bonus the Hindustani have. "30 farms should win against 20 farms. I mean, Fingolfin has the reasons to go Imperial Age, but what are we doing then? What are we going to do with Imperial Age? I'm kinda afraid that Fingolfin doesn't see it out himself, because he's not using any of the resources he has on hand. Something I just like to add in a situation like this, if you don't really know how to confront your opponent on the open field and they are attacking your walls, add a monastery, add a few monks, get a few conversions, the opponent will stop hitting your walls.
Yeah, yeah. As you hear the whoa, whoa, ololo, run.
Yeah. Nice castle, nice forward castle that's intended there. Honestly, with the current game state, the castle Zayaman wants to drop could actually go onto the opponent's main guard without being interrupted at all.
And these golems are just shredding for these palisades.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but they might have picked up arson from the barracks, which helps infantry against buildings.
Yeah, I think they did.
Stone walls are going up. They are cheaper for the Mayans, so don't hold back on them. They're now going for defensive castle, and at least that's one decent thing for Fingolfin going on right now. The resources he has on hand, he can immediately click up once that castle is up. Oh no, Simon had Imperial H in the queue, so even that advantage is denied. It doesn't look good.
Those golems are pest. Yeah, I'm not kind of really worried now for Fingolfin. It's kind of like, uh-oh. Like,
Fingolfin starting to add scorpions. Could have picked up with the resources he had. I am kind of confused with what the game plan is right now. 2000 foot on hand just isn't something you want to see at 1500 Elo.
yeah.
Elo. It is quite a lot of resources that are doing absolutely nothing. Scorpions might have been nice quite a bit earlier. They are at least a nice deterrent to keep the opponent away from shredding all your buildings. But the golems are in. The golems are actually just running into the economy. And Simon is nearly up to Imperial Age. Will threaten the defensive castle with traps immediately and is in such a good spot. I don't know how Fingolfin wants to turn this around.
A lot of the golems died there, but see all the dead bodies littered in the base. Was that from the scorpion?
They were really lining up to get all the scorpion shots across them.
Oh, a bit of luck there for Fingolfin, then, right? Not luck, but like, you know, like pressure relief. Oh, see the guy now. Imps in, trebuchets start coming out, and now this is kind of like where it's going to be a bit more alright.
Yeah, that's the thing, that they are scorpions, but scorpions are not really the unit that stop a trebuchet from besieging a castle.
Yeah, and like once the castle and walls go down, you know, obviously the golems are just gonna, the speed will just like help flood in and just like obviously take down the scorpions, right?
Yeah, the moment you have a little space to roam around with a mobile unit like that, the scorpions are much less threatening. And something I definitely would have loved to see Simon to add would be chemistry. Chemistry adds a lot in the situation. You know your opponent has siege on the field. As Hindustani, you have access to bomber cannons. And you can just shred it from a distance where it has absolutely no chance to fight against you.
Yeah.
Two trebuchets now besieging. Imperial Age is in for Fingolfin. Still takes like 1.5 minutes. We are using a lot of stone to defend that castle.
Yeah. Build another castle.
Oh no, we cannot afford another castle.
Oh.
I don't like that decision. Currently, the plan would have to be to use that one castle as the buffer that we have, but yeah, now we might need to start buying stone to keep repairing. Otherwise, it's out.
There are plumed archers running out to the north, but you know, like, what are they going to do really with it, right? Who
Yeah.
them sees them? See,
Let's have a look. The Gulams are elite, yeah. Let's look at the upgrades. We are still missing one attack upgrade. The Eagles are getting their elite upgrade too. Maybe he can click into El Dorado, but I don't think he has the resources for that. And even with Elite Scorpion being made cheaper, there's also a lack of resources to get that technology. So right now we're just sitting back and waiting.
the plumed archers are into the economy, but only so much damage they can do. Now the Ghulams run up behind them.
Gulams are coming forward, the base is open now. They don't want to run into that Scorpion fire.
No,
Even if they are not elite, you definitely don't want to run into 16 Scorpions.
Holy cow.
But the trebuchets could be retasked to aim at them. They are actually quite decent if the Scorpions aren't moving too
There we
much.
go.
And
one goes
there we
down.
go.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a lovely shot.
Okay, I actually think this is a good fight for Fingolfin.
Yep.
But the Scorpions are going down. It is a clear. It is a clear of the Ghulams, but there's a lot more where they come from. And
Yeah, they just
there's a
out of
lot of
nowhere.
resources on hand for Zayaman. Yeah, the flood won't stop. It has started. It won't stop at this point anymore.
And GG's called, and
GG has been called.
whenever Brit is out, no. Now I'm sad. I think that was the last Brit, maybe. I don't know. Real good game though. I say, just unfortunate. It just felt like, just Fingolfin just couldn't. Game 1 was a disaster, and game 2 was just couldn't get into it, and obviously.
That's why you hang into the game 1. At least give it a fight.
Yeah. Some days just things ain't working out right, and it's just tournaments.
Oh yeah. Playing this game can be heavily day dependent.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, sweet. Well, that wraps up the last of. My phone was beeping at me. That wraps up the last of Gajah Mada. Now we're gonna be ready to go into the semi-finals for that. There we go. Just gonna update the. Another Brit bites the dust. Oh well. This is why I need to get good at the game, so I can also bite the dust. Yeah. It's been really entertaining, all these games, and just watching day in, day out. Hi Taffy, how's it going? So good to see you. Boom, there you go, that's the tables updated. Shout out. We're doing well. We've watched. Yeah, we cast your game free Ramaramic. Ramaranic, sorry. Yes. Yeah, we're about 8 hours in of casting Age of Empires with Lorhey. We just watched Zayaman vs Fingolfin. It's a tournament set in semi-finals.
I think that was quarterfinals just now.
Yeah. We've casted 3 semi-finals so far, but well, I guess like the flood is tomorrow. There's gonna be so many semi-final games tomorrow. But
Brandon, Mayans, they don't get champions elite. They only get 200 sword months. Sorry for interrupting.
No. It's all. But Taffy plays
Probably
games.
could've-
So nice to meet you. Just giving you a shout as well. She's epic. Oh, all right. Well, that was the end stage of Gajah Mada. Thank you so much, Lorhey, for joining me once again.
Also a pleasure.
Great.